Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to share with you some beginner techniques for just the fundamentals for how a completely new trader can take Wolfpack Pro and become profitable in the cryptocurrency market. It's not easy. I've also noticed that a lot of other YouTubers will share a lot of fluff. I'm hopefully going to cut right to the chase for you. On my tutorials page on my website, we have the legend, and this is all of the signals that the Wolfpack indicator produces. So let's go right to the chart. Hopefully you can familiarize yourself with all of this just for the basics. We'll get right into the actual functions and advanced techniques that I use in my personal trading. So the first technique that I use is that I would recommend is liking the video and subscribing with notifications on down below. If you've already done that, then thank you. If you haven't, then give my channel a shot. And if you really like my style, then hopefully you'll stick around. In this video, really the practice that I would recommend people use is to use technical analysis, but also in practice, it's important to combine that technical analysis with mastering the oscillator itself. So you can do that with bar replay. If you have a paid TradingView account, you can go travel back in time to a specific any time period, and you can look at what you would have done in that time period, and you can really see if your strategy is working for when you come into real time. If you don't have bar replay mode, if you don't have a paid TradingView account, don't worry. The other thing that I would recommend, and I'll probably do that in this video, is just to eliminate price. Don't worry about price, just block it out. You can do that by clicking maximize window pane here. So now we can't see price. And the reason that I recommend this is really for new traders. Once you start seeing 1 or 2 red candles, oftentimes new traders will start freaking out, micromanaging their trades, and panic selling. And you don't want to do that. You really want to stick to your plan, and you want to get good at forming your plan as well. So with a lot of practice, it is challenging. It's not the simplest thing to be consistently profitable as a trader, but if you devote yourself to it, especially if you are sticking to your plan and sticking to some of the techniques that I'll share in my videos, hopefully you can make some money in this market. So this is how I personally trade. So the first thing, we have this automatic drawing trend line, and that's showing our main wave here bouncing off of these support lines. So this wave is pushing the line down. So what we see here is we have the red X and momentum is coming down, but we would expect this. We have it in the record that the trend line is going down. The bottom bar is the trend line break record. So we broke the support a couple bars ago. And the top bar here is the trend confirmation. So if it's light blue or light orange, that's good. That's momentum coming up. If it's dark blue, that's bad. Typically, if it's dark orange, that's just a cooling off period. So it's always good to check what other signals that you're getting when you see that, and cross-reference these. You can get combined with the main wave, the secondary wave here, the acceleration wave, and the top and bottom bar. That is 4 confirmations that you have. You can quadruple confirm your trades. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to turn off the auto trend line. I'm going to show you how to really draw them yourself. You can turn it off by going into the Wolfpack settings, going down into styles, and then turning off the line here at the bottom. So the best way to get into this is learning all of these signals here. We have the golden cross, we have the red X up here, and then using confirmation. And confirmation is very important. So one way you could do that is by drawing in your momentum support, which would be right here. And we have 2 bounces here and then a third bounce plus the golden cross. So this would be an excellent place to buy, and we'll just extend this line out here. And oftentimes, just the general principle is once you fall through, oftentimes this will become resistance. This is true with price when you're doing technical analysis on the price, but also in terms of momentum. So it's not surprising that currently this is live Bitcoin, we have a bounce here, and we have a golden cross going up, and then we kind of fall through, and then we reject on that line, and we have the red X. So that's the general principle to use. All right, let's do a few more examples just to hopefully cover our bases. Let's go back and we'll just go blind, and we'll keep going, and we'll just stop here. Okay, so we just had a massive dump, it looks like, and let's go forward to see what we can see here. And just to draw in the resistance, this would be our resistance, so we would wait until we cross above this line. Look, the dump's not over. So this was a big one. Alright, so we cross, it looks like we're going to cross over. We'd expect after we cross above this that we'd be out of the water. Right here, we have a confirmed higher low. So I would place a long right there, and we're above the downward resistance, so we'd expect that the dump would be over. And let's just place a long right here. Now let's go forward and see where we would exit. So potentially I can see there are a few places you could draw the support line from. This looks too steep. That's not being generous enough. There is this way that we could extend it outwards, or potentially this one. So we'll extend both of those out here. We'll go into the future. There's one. And yeah, this one's too steep, so we're just going to ignore that one for now. And here looks like, so we've fallen below this generous support. This is as flat as we can make it. And so we've fallen below it, and then we have this confirmed lower high with the sell signal. So let's place a sell on that. That would be a sell. And we'll reveal price in just one moment. Let's see if there's anything else that we could find here. Okay, so we have this confirmation of a reversal. Now there's not much in terms of support, so that's tricky. Sometimes you'll see it really come up, and the way I normally tell is what the acceleration wave is doing. So we have a slightly higher low. So this might be good to go back in on. Let's place a long. And this time we don't have any support on momentum, so we're going to have to use price action on the chart. But since we're blocked out for that, let's just use this. And see if this comes up. If Wolfpack Pro tipped downwards and slipped below zero, that would be a sell. So here we're long, and now we have confirmed divergence and a sell signal. So that would be our sell. Okay. So now we can actually use. So there was one way we could have figured out this trade was good or not. We could have plotted in our resistance here. That's our resistance. Once we cross above it, it would be confirmation. And right here, if you're feeling conservative, if you're feeling like you want to be safe, you would wait for it to cross above. If you're feeling, a little bit more risky, you could take this, and if it turned around and crossed below zero and went into the light purple, we would have sold that one. So we're just going to extend this divergence line outwards. That's what we're going to do. We got this sell signal. We got the divergence. Let's say that this is a short. So let's make this line thicker. for the short, and see how that one works out. And the way that this will work, just predicting on the wave formation, if we cross above this, that's an exit trade. So we'll extend that outwards here. And that was a great short. It's a great one. So here, there are a few areas to exit the trade. One, we would be looking at the acceleration wave starting to come up here, and it even made a higher low, although it came down even more, it looks like. So holding this all the way to the bottom, of course, would be the best bet. But if you're in an uptrend, or if the higher time frame is showing, it really depends what the higher time frame is showing. If we're on a downtrend in the higher time frame or an uptrend in the higher time frame, the way you can figure that out is just by looking at what color the wave is on the higher time frame. So if you go up maybe 4 or 5 times past the current time frame that you're on, so we're on the 15-minute, we'd be looking at maybe the 1 hour, possibly the 2 hour. If that wave is green, we're on a uptrend in the lower time frame. If that wave is dark green, then we're maybe in a cooling off period, possible downtrend on the higher time frame. So keep an eye on those multiple time frames. I might do just a full video on multiple time frames for you guys, because I've been getting a lot of questions about which time frames I trade on, and it might be super useful. So maybe comment down below if you want to see that. So here we are. We have our first potential exit there. Let's just place a vertical line, and then we're going to reveal price to see how these entries did. So this is going to be green, make it thin. That's our first potential exit. The second one would be here, and keep in mind the main wave is still deep dark purple, so it's not always, if we're in a downtrend on the higher time frame, the best place to get out is really to hold on to that short all the way until you see it light purple again. Now let's just reveal price to see where we're at. But yeah, the wave really comes up. So this would be probably the best area to exit the trade. So let's just reveal that. Okay, awesome. So we took a short right here. We saw the confirmed divergence. We saw that the peaks were becoming lower highs, and we took this small long, and it was profitable just by a little bit. But then we dumped, and there was 3 potential take profit areas. So potentially take some off your order, take some profit here, and possibly here at the very bottom. Keep in mind, just to note, the best place to exit the trade was right here after this momentum wave, the acceleration wave here. This dark blue turns to light blue. It was right in this area there that it turned to light blue. So that was, if I remove these, you can see right here would have been the best area to take profit. It's when the acceleration wave turns to light blue. But again, there was 3 here, 3 potential take profit points, or potentially on this buy signal here when the dark purple turns to light purple. Right, we made a couple more trades here, so we entered this long, we were long, and we held it all the way up, and we took profit up here. It's a great trade. So we had started up here. This was a really big dump. We found the bottom, we identified the bottom using our resistance line here to really show us where that was when we were out of trouble and when we were starting to turn around. So just pay attention. Bitcoin dumps frequently. We've been seeing some dumps recently. You can use these strategies really to find the bottom in a lot of these dumps with momentum confirmation. So I think that wraps up this video, you guys. Links are all in the description. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. And if you do a lot of this practice, you will become profitable. And it's a near guarantee. With enough practice, if you're back testing, it's just about not over leveraging, especially if you're a beginner, really practicing. So thank you guys if you watched all the way to the end. My hat's off to you, and I'll see you in the next video.